And sorry I'm late. Howdy there, Steve and Miss Kathy, if y'all are here. And for those of y'all who aren't here, hey, if I'm not telling you where I am on Twitter and you can't find me, that's because Twitter decided to say, yeah, I'm not going to open up today. You're Hughes. No, I'm nobody's Hughes. That's better. Howdy, under the weather. I mean, over a pipe. Martin, how you doing, sir? Glad to see you in. Gotta cut this thing. Normally, when I look at a cigar, the person who made the cap will leave an indication of exactly where the best place to cut it is. And sometimes I can see it very well, sometimes I can't. When I have to get in real close, I gotta take my damn glasses off. I can see fine real close, I just can't see far enough away to read a stop sign sitting next to a stop sign. And the letter E on the eye chart, I actually can't read that very clearly, but you know what? I know what it is, so I mean, I'm okay. And when they say, what's the lowest line that you can read? I go, MadeinAmerica. Crazy enough, it's one of the few things in America that is still made in America. The eye chart. Would have been a little earlier, but we had lawn mowing and guys going up and down the road with diesel trucks making all kind of noise. Oh yeah, Steve, trust me. The ladies like the smell of the Miss Kathy hand cream. Gave one to Holly yesterday, and gave one to the mother-in-law today, and she started like all just rubbing it on. Oh, it smells good. Oh, it smells good. Then she says, oh, I'm supposed to watch out for any allergic reactions. Maybe I should slow down. Oh my God.
Is that what she said?
Not quite exactly what she said, but I was kind of just laughing when she said something about, oh, it even says something about be careful of allergic reactions. Martin, you might need more than one pack of nub nuances, mostly because they're nubs. It's a small cigar. They actually last pretty long, though. I mean, about 45 minutes. It's not bad. But I like a cigar that actually will last through a live. In case y'all are wondering, this is an Alec Bradley Gatekeeper proof right here. Gatekeeper. And look, there's the Alec Bradley name right there. So, Gatekeeper. It's one of their newer lines. But, as I've told you before, I like most everything Alec Bradley puts out. So, I'm going to keep smoking them. Sometimes it's very much cheaper for the nubs. Sometimes it's not. Depends upon the nubs. Howdy, Sharon. Yes, ma'am, I certainly am okay. How about yourself? Hopefully you're doing well. Don't know if y'all been watching, but Mike has been very busy lately. And some good videos coming out from Mike. So maybe he feels like coming back to doing regularized lives. Then again, maybe not. I'm not trying to tell anybody that they have to. Kind of miss Mike, though. There's a guy walking to St. Bernard's. Or maybe it's two St. Bernards are walking their human.
Or ponies. They're huge.
Well, yeah, I could probably put a saddle on them and let a 5-year-old ride. They'll be back this way to bark at me here in a little bit. They're beautiful dogs. I bet you he spends a fortune in grooming them, though. Just keeping them short-haired, you do realize a long-haired dog in Houston would be like cruelty to animals. Here they come. Doing all right. How about yourself?
Are they brothers? Are they brothers from the same litter?
Oh no, he's 10 years old. She's a year.
Oh. They're beautiful.
I'm trying to teach her not to bark at me.
She's just saying hi. It's okay. Donald's loud too, so.
Got a very, very old one and a very, very young one.
They're pretty.
The 1-year-old is as big as a 10-year-old. Jeez. Look like they could pull a cart.
That they could pull a truck.
Well, as long as I put it in gear, they could pull it.
Put it in
Neutral.
And let them go.
Right on down the road. And I bet they drop turds like a Clydesdale. Let's just say I don't want to have to go playing pooper scooper in that man's yard. Took a day off from doing anything today. I did a little bit. Holly sent me shopping. Just some stuff for the house, no big deal. I also learned today that Cartagena, there's one in South America and one in Spain. Both are ports.
I don't think Cartagena in Spain is a port. I think she
maybe
just
not.
Googled it and didn't use her brain.
I don't know. Cartagena might not be a port in Spain. There's a Cartagena in Spain and there's a Cartagena in South America. Needless to say, it's been pretty much the butt of the joke all day. Except for the fact that Holly is not joking about it. She's ready to kill people. That's why I'm sitting way over here trying to make sure that she has all kind of room that she can't swing at me. I don't want her to break her hand. She might have used some of Miss Kathy's hand cream and that'd make her hands soft. Break when you hit this. Not gonna hurt me. I'm now being ignored by my significant other. Happens.
Is that the guy who's related to the lady that made the lotion?
One of the yes.
Tell them thank you for the lotion.
Steve, if you didn't hear that, Holly definitely said thank you for the lotion. She appreciates it. So tell Miss Kathy that Holly is very appreciative.
It's an unexpected surprise.
And James has jumped on here and he says, keep him straight, Holly. You go, girl. Boris said something about Cartagena. But I think he put like 2 words of his whole statement in English. One was Donald and one is on. Huva Ilta, Boris. Great to see you, sir. And Steve or Miss Kathy has come back with, you are quite welcome, sweetheart.
I appreciated it. It's very nice. Well, it was a pleasant surprise.
She sees me get these packages. Normally it's just stuff that she allowed me to order from smoking pipes or tobacco pipes or pipes and cigars, or I do bargain shop. If I find a place that's having a deep discount when I'm about to go purchasing tobacco, that's where I'm going to shop. No big deal. They've all got the same pretty much deal. You get $100 worth of product and we ship it to you for free instead of you paying shipping. Holly said, if you're going to be buying this crap online, you might as well get enough to get free shipping, because shipping costs is nothing but a scam. That's her words. And she's a professional shipper. So what does that tell you? Maybe she knows. Oh, God. How come every time as of the last couple of weeks, every time I hear someone say, just almost finished with a package for someone, I start thinking, great, somebody's sending me something. On means is in Finnish. So actually he wrote all of that in, except for my name. My name doesn't translate for some reason to anything else other than English.
Most names don't.
He said, Cartagena in Spain is by the seashore.
Okay.
So it very well could be a port.
It's
Which could be important.
not a Costco port.
But it's not a port that Holly's company ships to. Ever. So there's a problem there. When one of the people in her office keeps trying to send all the paperwork. Where's the other Cartagena? Not
Colombia.
Spain? Oh. So instead of Cartagena, Colombia, they're putting all the paperwork out to Cartagena, Spain, and Cartagena, Spain immediately puts it in the trash bin because they don't do business with Costco. Great. Oh, Martin, I'm hoping you saw that. Phil wants 20 on raw honey to show in the 9th at Gulfstream. Just say it. Oh, Donald might translate into Finnish, but it'd be Aku or AKU because Donald Duck is AKUANKKA. That's a lot of K's in there. I can't do that. Sorry, can't do that. No, there's 3 K's in there, and that's not right. White duck never wears pants and cusses a lot. Might be me. Might be me. Oh, damn. Wait, I'm wearing pants. Never mind.
At least right now.
I take them off every once in a while. Steve, I read your comment and I can't help it. Steve has replied with, I've tried to warn everybody that we are not responsible for any mental problems that they have after we both go live back to back tomorrow. I guess if somebody ships something here to Aku Hughes, I might just wonder what in the heck people are doing, but okay. There will not be an Aku Jr. And I'm probably saying it wrong because consonants and vowels in the Finnish language have vastly different meaning and sounds than what's in the English language. I have to believe that that has something to do with their relationship with Russia at one point in time. That was a long time ago, but I'm betting it has some sort of an effect. Just thought. Oh. So I've learned this week I should not be trying to lift 16-foot long, 12-inch wide, 2-inch thick boards by myself. Back's a little tender. They say, oh yeah, lift with your legs. Great, but my legs ain't this tall. Sticking out the back of the truck, damn near 10 foot tall by the time you got to the end of it. No, not quite. Easily 7 foot tall, though. Got to do a lot of work in that garden. And I don't want to do it. Gonna do it anyways. Fresh vegetables. I mean, what's better than fresh vegetables? Yeah, if you've never tried it, really, seriously, grow something that's easy to grow. Whether it be peppers that you like in a 5-gallon bucket, or tomato plants, you can grow those in a 5-gallon bucket. You don't need a whole bunch of soil and a bunch of space for it. You can literally grow stuff in a 5-gallon bucket.
And you can bring it in the winter, Boris.
And Holly says that Boris could then bring stuff in the winter, so that it doesn't freeze from September through back to May again. Don't know if it'll survive, but
should.
Don't know if it'll produce fruit, but it might. Howdy, Patrick. Great to see you, sir. Oh, gosh. But yeah, 5-gallon bucket. I'm not even sure that y'all would have 5-gallon buckets as listed as a 5-gallon bucket. It would be like what?
It'd be in liters.
Yeah, it's be in liters. I'm trying to figure that out. 3.8 liters per gallon, roughly. So 17-liter bucket or something close to that, give or take a few liters. If you want to grow tomatoes, quite literally, 5-gallon bucket, tomato cage, spot in the sun. Oh, okay. All right, Steve. I'll tell. Yeah, I mean, all right. All right. What's better than fresh vegetables than a woman with soft, creamy hands?
Fresh vegetables.
Holly says fresh vegetables. I'm going to have to stick with Holly on this one, mostly because she won't shoot me if I stick with her. At least not tonight. Don't blame me. I'm just looking out for my own welfare. Could be important, you know, continuing to breathe. I kind of like the task of breathing. Alec Bradley Gatekeeper is having a draw issue. Check tool. Much better. People who are having a problem with their Cuban cigars, you might want to think about that little trick. That wire on a check tool, you're not trying to kill the cigar, you're only just going a little bit. But it'll sometimes open up the draw just enough that it gets through. Oh, Boris has said he's had habaneros, naga chilies, and some others growing.
Very nice.
7 plants on his balcony one year. Only 2 survived the winter. Had tomatoes 3 times. Only 1 time got a decent crop. Oh yeah, Patrick, I mean, you always got to look out for number 1. And being a number 2 is probably the worst way to look out for number 1. Besides that, I was going to put in something about how most women are really nice, and then I suddenly had flashbacks to my ex-wife and said, nah, I can't say that. That's a lie. YouTube might ban me for saying something like that. All women are crazy.
Yes.
You just have to be able to accept the amount of crazy that they have and hopefully match it up with the amount of crazy you have. There. That's not a lie. And Holly's got to be crazy. I mean, she's with me. There's some various songs that I used to sing to her. I'm not going to sing to y'all. Don't worry. One's about a brown-eyed girl from Van Morrison. You might have heard the song. One of them goes something to the effect of, you may be right, I may be crazy, but it just may be a lunatic you're looking for. And of course, then there's that one that goes, I like my women just a little bit older. She hates that one. Because from somewhere in December to somewhere in April, I like to call her my old lady. Oh, Boris says that the sun shines only about 3 hours on his balcony in summer. Not good for growing veggies. but really good for this snowman. Patrick, she's right there. I mean, right there. The only thing closer to me right now than her is this screen that I'm mostly talking to. And it's not that much closer. But yes, I am certain she already knows that I think all women are crazy. And if she's going to hit me with the iron skillet, she's going to hit me with it anyways. It's not going to do any damage more than normal. Oh, by the way, I hope y'all heard her. She said, I agreed. Even easier. All women in my family are crazy. All of them. Knucking butts completely. By the way, for those of you who will not be experiencing spring for a while, it's here in Houston. Whether that's an early sign or a bad sign, or maybe Mother Nature's just trying to fake me out. Right now, I can't tell you. Not for certain. But, yeah. Mother Nature has definitely put the cold weather on hold here in the Houston area.
The daytime cold weather. It's been cool at night.
Yeah, it's supposed to get all the way down into the 40s once or twice this week. Nope, not bragging. Just saying. Ah, 70 degrees in the daytime. So Boris would say this is summer. It's okay. I accept the fact that it is warm, completely warm for Boris. This would be late June, early July. I've already admitted it. If I go and visit Boris ever, I'm packing my winter gear. By the way, Boris, we are still thinking about you. Patrick, if Mother Nature throws up some more cold weather here, I'm okay with it.
It beats the heat in the summer.
I mean, soon enough it's going to be August, and you're not going to hear me say anything about cold weather. You're going to hear me go saying stuff like, I warned you, you fools, it's going to get hot here in Houston. up to 41 degrees Fahrenheit in the afternoon. Nice. Boris, I believe you on that one for certain. Howdy, Cliff Higgins. Great to see you, sir. It's almost like pulling teeth to get you to come in here, though. No, it's not. Yeah, Boris, I would feel really bad for you if you ever moved to Texas.
Oh my God, that would be a nightmare.
Well, he just posted that anything over 77 degrees Fahrenheit is considered heat there.
He'd need an air-conditioned suit.
Yeah, Holly said it well. You'd need an air-conditioned suit with, like, you'd literally have to pull your clothes out of the deep freeze every morning, and they would have to have those packs sewn in, lined up so that you could stay cold enough. Texas is bad when it comes to heat.
Damn miserable.
Gets to the summer months and
Brutal.
your weather is going to be hot. The only other option is it going to be hot and dry or hot and soggy? That's it. That's all. And that's the whole state. The whole state of Texas, hot and dry or hot and soggy. If it's soggy, that's because it's raining. If it's dry, it's because it's not. That's about it. Oh, and then there's the humidity here along the Gulf Coast, which doesn't make it any better. Even hot and dry is still hot and soggy. Ugh. Patrick, today it was surprisingly low. I think I saw it down to around 55% humidity today. For Houston, that's extremely low.
Nice.
But we're normally hovering around 90% humidity. Skies could be perfectly crystal clear blue. No rain in sight. And it's 90% humidity. Pretty easy. Yeah, that's about it, Boris. Boris says because of the Finnish reliance on saunas, he could survive the trip from the door to the car.
It's about all I survived. I've lived here for 20 years.
Oh yeah, hot and dry is very typical of Phoenix and Las Vegas. Oh yeah. But in Vegas, after the sun sets, all that heat goes away. It gets pretty chilly at night. Been there a few times. During the summer, it'll be 127 degrees outside. You can literally watch the sweat evaporate faster than you can possibly sweat it out. And then at night, it's like 50 degrees and you're sitting there wondering why you have chills. It's because your body got used to 127 degrees outside. Here's a fun fact. I one time went to Vegas during the summer, left Houston at 95 degrees and 95% humidity. Landed in Vegas, it was 115 and 3% humidity. And it felt colder in Vegas than it did in Houston. And there were a lot of other people that were like, oh my God, it's hot. And I was like, I just flew in from Houston. This is great. No humidity. My clothes are not suctioning to me. I can actually walk down the street and not feel diaper rash forming. Not that there's diaper rash, but trust me.
Oh, don't let him lie to you.
That much humidity, anything, any two chunks of skin that even touch,
Chafe.
you're going to have some chafing. It's horrible. It's just like diaper rash. You powder, cream, wash often, it still comes right back. Well, then, Boris, I live in Hell Central. He says hot nights are straight from hell. Holly agrees with you. Holly's a Michigan girl. Now, it gets very cold in Michigan. They do get a little bit more heat than Finland, but
I grew up with an ice rink in my backyard. We would build an ice rink in the winter.
she says you turn the hose on, put up a couple of little sandbags and boards and stuff, and it just turns into an ice rink.
No, you just pack the snow.
Really, just pack the snow. Turns to ice.
Pack the snow and then water it, and it turns to ice.
Patrick, I don't think anybody enjoys that chafing feeling. But Boris says he did too. Yeah, but Boris, your ice rink lasted all the way until June. Holly's tended to melt by, well, April, pretty much. And here I'm sitting here going like, what's snow? I've lived here and south of here. And then I took a job going all over the freaking world. I saw plenty of snow, trust me. Cliff's pulling out the Top Gun now. You've got that chafing feeling. Oh, that chafing feeling. I know it's not really a Top Gun moment, but still. I'm willing to bet Cliff gets some chafing feelings up there in Jonesboro. I've been through Arkansas a few times. I've actually been to Jonesboro. Didn't need to have my teeth done or I would have met Cliff much earlier. Had to go inspect a bunch of paper mills. Arkansas's got a ton of paper mills. Paper mills in Texas, great big sprawling things. Paper mills in Arkansas, man, there's one in just about every other town. If you haven't passed one in the first 2 minutes of driving somewhere, you're probably going in circles. Yeah, Cliff, just remember, that song also would end up with, bring back that chafing feeling. Oh, wait, what? No, we don't want that. Just saying. Nobody's writing a song about that chafing feeling being gone and asking for it to come back. least nobody I can think of. Damn it. Cat wants in. Howdy, Horatio. Great to see you, sir. Told you I wore pants. I meant it. I wear pants. I wear the pants in my family when Holly lets me. Cliff, no, not today. Tomorrow, probably. Oh, you're talking about paper mills. Yeah, paper mills. You can always tell when you're somewhere near a paper mill because a smell of a paper mill is undeniable. They all smell the same. They all smell like crap. Howdy, Donnie. Great to see you, sir. Mail guy. I keep watching to make sure that he's not going to run up here with a big old jar of eggs. I don't know why I would be watching to make sure that the mail guy is not going to try and run up here with a big jar of eggs, but maybe it's because I'm worried that there's a big jar of eggs coming. By the way, Cliff, are you going to do a yabo when you get something in the mail? But you don't have to. But I'm betting James Stumbo would appreciate the yabo for his portion of a package that's coming to you. It was pretty. I almost packed you a brown egg from here and sent it. Kept the green one. But I thought that would be rude of me to do such a thing. Of course, if it was engraved with a nice fancy H, I would have probably kept the egg. Just saying. That way I could have said, yeah, well, I'll trade you an egg for a knife. Oh, Cliff, we know. We know. Ah, James got the wooden holder. Well, Cliff, you just gotta practice your kung fu fighting moves. That way they're not as deadly. Steve, I have seen some big skeeters up there. Yeah, see, that's what I'm thinking. James is correct. It's just an egg. Can't get in trouble for something you're going to put up on the mantle and be like, hey, it's a curiosity. Who could have sent me a translucent green egg? It's something to make people ask questions. Nobody said that you have to open it and show the whole box. Contraband? What's contraband? Packaging material. That is packaging material. Of an English nature. I hope you like Englishes. Other than playing a game of pool. Patrick, I would never do such thing to Cliff. Sending Cliff tobacco? That could get him killed. I'm still wondering how in the hell he's going to pull off Muletown. Don't worry, Cliff. I'll take care of the knife and the cane. Know that they'll go to a good home. See, I like Boris's way of thinking. If you could survive Muletown, a Yabo is just, hey, no big deal. Now, James, did you put a picture of Num Nums on that egg holder? Cliff's wife's going to think he's got a girlfriend. No pictures of Num Nums on the egg holder. Oh. Pipe Ninja. Sure, Cliff. You'll survive it. We're counting on you. James, the other thing was, if he takes the egg and he puts it on a shelf and it rolls off, then the shelf's not level. So it could be a good useful tool for around the house too. It's got that same day glow green kind of effect that most levels have. You know what I'm talking about. Just keep the bubble in the middle, you're all right. Look, James, he's got proof. You don't get to 6 kids by being celibate. I mean, come on. If you do, well, you might want to go look at your significant other and ask how in the hell that happened. It's not laying that he's got a problem with. It's sleeping that he has a problem with. One eye open and such. Gripping his pillow tight. Some of y'all caught that. Some of you don't. But it's fine. I will tell you, I'm getting hell of a good use out of this. There we go, Derek. Somebody got it. No, Patrick, I might do that from time to time. I put out a couple of musical quotes, at least on this particular one. I gotta look at the Boris one real close. Looks like a witch. Yes, but Steve, the mailman still shows up. Oh, that's a Sandman? Okay. Well, it's the pointed hat and carrying the wand. I had to get real close to the screen to see it. And I do mean real close to the screen to see it. I mean, obviously, I don't do music as much as Chad. Chad could talk music trivia for hours. I'm just sitting there going like, how would you remember all this stuff? Oh, sorry. There are some various vague Monty Python references that I'm not going to catch. I'll admit it. Mostly because I watched it once, and I think I was drunk at the time. There you go, Cliff. I got you, Boris. I got you. Howdy, Everett. Great to see you, sir. Hey, if we all got together, we might be able to keep up with Chad. Admittedly, it would be difficult. Oh yeah, Boris, trust me. I held off on starting on time today because the lawnmowers were just about to finish up, and I was like, that's... I want one day without the lawnmowers. Please, dear God. It gets pretty ridiculous. Though I could just imagine that Boris's theme song, if he was going anywhere, would be the Immigrant Song. You know, because I come from the land of ice and snow. Cliff, that is not true. He's been smoking some amphora lately, and was it Old Dark Fired or well, there is a Tolkien reference in there, yes, because Gollum and the Evil One crept up and slipped away with her. I had no clue that Kool and the Gang started off as a jazz group. Well, of course, Boris. I mean, the Immigrant Song. It makes you immediately think of Vikings. Ah, Amphora Original and Big and Burly. Yeah. You can't just assume that Everett's smoking Haunted Bookshop. Summer Madness. Is that by Kool and the Gang? I mean, I'm guessing that's by Kool and the Gang, because that would be why you're telling us to check that one out. Granted, my level of jazz and blues knowledge is like severely small. Ooh, Horatio, that's a damn good cigar. I mean, I like some jazz and blues, and I like most music. But I'm not gonna say I remember everything about a certain group. Not even my favorite group. And I mean, because I grew up in Texas, I know a crap ton of country music. There's a lot of people that like Old Dark Fired. For me, most of the Dark Fired Kentucky or whatever, the blends that use the Kentucky, they tend to just leave a sour residue that a good strong cup of coffee is barely good enough to get it off. And when I'm talking strong cup of coffee, I mean like 50 or more % chicory. Something that you drink while staring at a plate of beignets and deciding whether a diabetic coma is worth the effort or not. You'd have to go to New Orleans for that. Been there. Got the coffee cup. Skipped the t-shirt. I believe that would be Café du Monde. I just can't do the bold Kentucky. Just can't do it. Well, Cliff, yeah, sure, but you know why the mouse ran up the clock now? Because he was hyped up on caffeine to the point where he couldn't settle down. Well, I've long believed that it is just my taste buds that it's doing that. And mostly it started after Drew Estate started putting dark fired Kentucky in certain of their cigars. That taste of charcoal that I can't do it. Like I said, it reminds me of when I started working in the plants here in the Houston Ship Channel, and I was in a unit that produces cyanide. If it rains, drop what you're doing and run like hell. Get out of there as fast as you can. If you can't get out fast enough, you got to drink this 32 ounces of activated charcoal milkshake. And then you're going to take a dump later that night, and it's going to be blacker than your soul. Yeah, none of y'all wants to drink the activated charcoal milkshake. Just trust me on that one. Oh, Everett, yeah, I've had Haunted Bookshop several times. Pretty much every time I get a pipe that seems to be ghosted in any way, shape, or form, packet full of Haunted Bookshop, and it just yanks the ghost right on out of there. Ghostbusters. Woohoo! No problem at all. That it tastes like tobacco again. I got a small cob that I'm hoping will get me through the Captain Black grape that Willie sent me. And then it's going on a strictly Haunted Bookshop diet until I can't taste Captain Black grape in it anymore. Speaking of Haunted Bookshop, Phil put his tobacco picks on the blob today, and Haunted Bookshop is the winner, according to him. Of course, he also feels that Sherlock Holmes is somehow going to beat out J.R.R. Tolkien. I feel that J.R.R. Tolkien is a shoo-in to win for the fact that he created Gandalf and Bilbo, and both of those are highly seated on the other bracket. Everett, Voodoo Queen is not going to be strong enough for you, brother. I'm going to readily admit that. But I do like the blend. I do like it a lot. Oh yeah, Everett. I tried the grape. I got my package from Willie on the same day that Dingus McSwine, James, and I told him I couldn't let him go through the sacrifice of smoking Captain Black Grape alone, so I loaded a bowl and smoked with him. Now, me personally, I like Voodoo Queen enough that I order it by the pound. And I get at least 1 pound of it every year, ever since I found it. Of course, I also get a pound of Lord Nelson and a pound of Revelation every year, ever since I found them. By the way, Revelation is now RVL-1. Some of y'all might want to know that. Revelation is a blend that is supposed to be a match for what Albert Einstein smoked. Of course, C&D also made a match for that, and they called it Epiphany. I've had both. I prefer Revelation over Epiphany. Not saying that Epiphany's bad. I'm just saying that if I had to say I have a preference, Revelation, I thought, was a tastier blend. So I'll tell you the one weird thing about Voodoo Queen that I noticed. Voodoo Queen looks like they took the tobacco, pressed it into flakes, and then shag or ribbon cut it.
I need cab transport services. We have a guest that needs to go to a suite.
I'll be right back. Alright, he might be a three-legged cat, but he still fights my mother-in-law like he's not wanting to go anywhere. Sorry about that. The only person that he likes is me. I don't blame him. I'm the only likable one in here anyways. Not true. Not true at all. Derek, get a $5 cob. And if you hate the Lakelands and it is so ghosted that you can't deal with it, throw it away. If you find that you do like it, well, then you can go right out there and set yourself up with a full-time Lakeland only Briar. But I wouldn't be spending all kind of big money. I would sit right down and say, all right, what's the cheapest pipe that's still a pipe that I can get, that even if I hate it, at the end of this, I can toss it. I mean, I'm going to turn on a light real quick. That's nothing but a switch. Hey, look. Let there be light. And there was light. And it was good. It wasn't Miller light, though. Oh, looks like I've got a little bit of a smudge on the lens. Well, I've heard somebody has some K Woodies for sale. That might be worth it. Well, she's a brick house. And if she'll let it hang out, I'm good. Come on, Cliff. I saw where you were going there, brother. As long as I've been sitting in front of these bricks and nobody's said that before, come on now. Come on now. That's possible as well, Zippo. That is very possible. Howdy, Todd. Great to see you, sir. How you doing, Todd? Well, you know, the truth about brick walls are they all cost money. It's a thrill. And a gas. And a few other things, right? But I'm nowhere near a subway station, so I can't write the words of the prophet on any walls. The most cliche-filled song in all of songs. Read an article about that song one time. They said they used every record producer's cliche phrases that they could think of that would fit into that song. Howdy, Kevin. Great to see you, sir. Derek, there is definitely some sounds of silence that I would love to appreciate. Especially when you're going for the hour and a half lives. And you can hear the stupid lawnmower in the background? Yeah, probably can. Now we just need Professor Walker to pick up a dobro. Because his name is Curtis. Yeah. Look, I apologize. Lawn mowing is an Olympic sport in Texas. Sun up to sundown, people are practicing for it. I'm telling you. I guess nobody caught that song reference that I put out there. That's fine. That's fine. It might have been too vague. Professor Walker's first name is Curtis. As in Lowe. Curtis Lowe. Never mind. Oh, Derek, that's horrible. Well, Patrick, John is very talented. Derek, I think pretty much every guy can say the same thing. Though I will say my ex-wife was not high maintenance. High levels of evil, maybe, but not high maintenance. She might be high maintenance now. I don't know. I haven't seen her since my son was 10. He'll be 28 in a couple of months. Yeah, it's kind of like that. Yeah, the last time I saw her, she was at his 10th birthday. And I was hoping to never see her even longer than that, but it happens. By the way, y'all got to get tuned up because Robert's about to go live. Oh, Patrick, I have a great relationship with my son. Talk to him all the time. In fact, here's a wedding photo. Can you tell which one he is? Let's just say he's not the one with the outrageously great tan. And yes, my daughter-in-law is an awesome person. I love her dearly. I even have a granddaughter. Woohoo! And still don't want to see my ex-wife. Oh, they get along great. Told him a long time ago, said, look, it's not color of skin, it's content of character. You find the right girl, it doesn't have to be society's normal, this is going to be acceptable to everybody. Find the right one for you. And then spend the rest of your life doing your best at trying to keep her happy. You're going to fail sometimes. Sometimes you're going to hit it out of the park. But and I told him, I said, look, if you decide that you want to be gay, it's fine. I don't care. I just want to make sure that you're happy. That's all I cared about. And, well, he likes girls, so no big deal. Handsome like his dad. Cliff, good thing you're not an ophthalmologist. I'd say you're in the wrong profession if you were. You can get your eyes checked. Though he is going to look a lot like me. I mean, an extreme lot like me. Kevin, that can't be true. There were at least 5 other guys that I know of that wanted my ex-wife. And I'll tell you, she's beautiful. If she just had that loyalty gene, that would be a whole lot better. But she couldn't keep it to herself. I'm not going to say I was perfect, but come on. Uh-oh, Robert is live. Thank you, Everett. All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, thank you for being here. It's been so much fun having y'all in. Remember, we're going over to ENASDAD. Enasdad. That's the channel we're going to. Thank y'all for being here. I have had so much fun. Sorry about it being a little bit late and running on a little bit long. As per always, remember, take care of yourselves and each other. Do the best you can with that. And as per always, remember, long lives, big bowls, and long ashes. Y'all take care. I'll see you at Robert's here in just a minute. Bye for now.